एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभਉ निर्वैर अकाल मूर्त जुनी साहिबां गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच एक अदति गुरु नानक देवा ओंकार गुरु अंगद पेवा सतनाम गुरु अमर प्यारे करता रामदास गुरबारे पुरख श्री अर्जन सुखदानी निरभਉ हर गोबिंद गुण खानी निर्वैर गुरु है श्री हर राय अकाल मूर्त हर कृष्ण ध्याय अजूनी तेग बहादुर राय सहबां गुर दसमें सहाय गुर प्रसाद ग्रंथ गुर ज्ञाना वाहे गुरु बंदन भगवान गुरु ग्रंथ कल जुग पयो श्री गुरु रूप महान 10 पातशाह एहो रूप है गुरु ग्रंथ जी जान पूर्ण देखियो आत्मा द्वैत सब निवार पै शांतवान शांत के ते पद नमो मान कहा बुध प्रभु तुझ हमारी बन सके मैं माँ जो तारी हम ना सकत कर सिर तुम्हारी आप ले हो तुम खुदा सदा सो कहो टल गुरु सेविय अहनिस सहज सुभाय दर्शन परस्य गुरु के जन्म मरण दुख जाय दर्शन परस्य गुरु के जन्म मरण दुख जाय
सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जी। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभਉ निर्वैर अकाल मूर्त अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। गुरु रूप साध संगत जी वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। Today we continue on with the fourth lot of definitions within the Sri Japji Sahib, within the Sri Mool Mantra Sahib. This definition is known as the Ate Byapti Dosh. This is where the Siddhs are trying to see if there's a fault with every word, and they are asking why the incantation, the mantra, could not remain to be very short rather than being lengthy from the aspects of going from Oankar to Gur Prasad as the Maha Mantra. They want to know why it couldn't be shortened in any way. So far we've gone up to the definitions for Oankar, Satnam, Karta, Purkh, Nirbhau, Nirvair, Akal Murta, Junni, Sahibang. That's where we've got up to. So Maharaj was asked in the last one why they had to add Sahibang, and Maharaj goes on to define that they did not want to leave the mantra as being in relation to Maya, and people confuse it as being linked to Maya. So then Maharaj is asked, okay, so you've got the mantra up to this stage, Oankar, Satnam, Karta, Purkh, Nirbhau, Nirvair, Akal Murat, Ajuni, Sahibang. I said, look Maharaj, if you left the mantra here, this is enough to help liberate an individual and cross this worldly ocean and become one with the Supreme Soul. What was the purpose of going any further? This mantra is enough. This is enough for all of humanity. Why go any further? And then Maharaj continues.
Gur.
Maharaj says, I had to add Gur. I had to continue with Gur. And the reason for this is Sahibang. Sahibang is, we've talked about this previously, that things are self-illuminating. Vaheguru is self-illuminating, everything else is Bharte Prakash. They are being illuminated by Vaheguru. And here Maharaj turned around and say, I had to add Gur, because Gur means to be conscious, to have complete consciousness. So Maharaj said, I had to add this because Maya is insentient. And then they said the other things that are considered Satya Prakash to be self-illuminating are, people consider the sun, the moon, the stars, lightning, these to be self-illuminating. But they're not, they're gaining their illumination and their ability to illuminate from God. So Vaheguru, so Maharaj said, I wanted to make sure this mantra was for Vaheguru only. And if I didn't add these, obviously I have now stated why this mantra was not in reverence to Maya. But I wanted to make sure that people weren't going, okay, it's not to do with Maya, but it's to do with Suraj Devta. Within the Puranic faiths, the Suraj Devta is considered Ishvar because of the illumination. According to the Puranas, there are 5 Ishvars. There is Vishnu, Shiv, there's a Devi, there's Ganesh and the Suraj. These are the 5 Ishvars. But Sikhi teaches us not to worship the Ishvars because Ishvars are a form join with Maya. What you want to do is worship Param Ishwar, the greatest of Ishwars, which is God themselves, which is a Brahm, the formless God of Brahm. So Maharaj said, I wanted to make sure that people weren't actually talking about any of these. And what I wanted to say was, look, God is the Chetan form. He is the conscious form. And it's through the eyes that you can see this conscious form as well. By Nandalalji says it, Nur Dar Har Chashma Guru Gobind Singh. He states that within his ghazals. That the eyes that he's using, he can see the illumination of Sri Guru Gobind Singh, the true illumination. So Maharaj said, look, this is not about anything that is being illuminated by another. This is about being illuminated, self-illuminated, and being the greatest, being the form of supreme consciousness. And only God is the form of supreme consciousness. And that's what Gur is. The term Gur means supreme consciousness. So supreme conscious form. The sun, the stars and things like that, they don't have that. They're in insentient form. They do not give supreme consciousness. They are not of supreme consciousness. While Vaheguru is. So Maharaj said I had to add Gur because of that. The other thing that Vaheguru is Vaheguru is graceful. He is the one that gives grace. He is the Guru as well. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, I have adopted Vaheguru as my Guru. And here, this is it. Maharaj is saying, look, that's why we had to add the term Gur, to show that this wasn't about Maya. This wasn't about the sun, moon, stars, or lightning, which are giving illumination. This is about Gur. This is about the conscious form, the graceful form. And only Vaheguru is the graceful form. And for that reason, Maharaj said I had to add Gur. Siddhs again heard this. They heard the deliberations and the reason for Maharaj continuing the mantra. And again, they then asked, Maharaj said, okay, again, we've talked about this before, but we'll say it again. Your mantra then is perfect. Oankar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpao Nirvair Akal Murta Junni Sahapan Gur. That mantra is now getting lengthy. Why did you feel the need to add any more? That mantra was enough to help all the Sikhs cross this worldly ocean, gain salvation and liberation, and become one with Paramatma. What's the reason to go on? Why not just leave the mantra here? And then Maharaj replies,
Parsad.
Parsad. Maharaj says Parsad. I had to add Parsad. And Siddhs asks, why? What was it need to go any further? And Maharaj says, if I left the mantra where it was, Oankar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpao Nirvair Akal Murta Junni Sahapan Gur. Gur, the term Gur means many things within the Vedic month. One of the things that it means is vastness, great, huge. It means that. It means big, basically, according to the Vedic one. And I said we did not want anybody to confuse this mantra with anything that is big. The Samir Parvat is considered big. The world is considered big. There are all sorts of things that are considered big. And the science considers the universe to be big. Now, even at the time Galileo was looking at it and considered it to be vast. The universe is vast. The mountains are vast. And Maharaj said, I didn't want this mantra to be mistaken for one of these things. So they added Parsad. I said, okay, so you've added Parsad, but what's the definition of Parsad? They said, we had to add Parsad because Parsad is blissful, grants bliss. And the difference here is that you can go and see something big. Okay, to certain people, it might be blissful. Some people might enjoy looking at mountains, might enjoy ascending the peaks of the mountains, and they might find the Sumer Parvat blissful. Astronomers might find the universe blissful by looking at it, but it does not give bliss to all. Vaheguru is the blissful form within everything, and Vaheguru grants the bliss to everybody. God grants that bliss to everybody, irrespective of their background or anything like that. So Maharaj said for that reason I needed to add Parsad, because if I didn't, then people would mistake this mantra to be in reverence of something big, something of great size, something of a great proportion. Maharaj said for that reason I had to add Ik Oankar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpal Nirvair Akal Murti Junni Sahib Gur Parsad. Maharaj said this is the Mahamantra that was given by Vaheguru, and for this reason I had to continue on. And then the Siddh said, okay, so you had to continue, and this was the complete Mahamantra at the time. So you've said that you've added bliss, you've added Vaheguru Parsad because of the bliss. But let's go back now. Actually, why didn't you just leave the mantra? Why did you have to add the ik at the start? Why did you have to add the one right at the start of the numeral? Why not just leave the mantra as it is? But why did you have to add one? Okay, we've accepted right from the start that your mantra Ik Oankar Sat was enough. But you've not explained why the one was added right at the start. And Maharaj continues.
Ik.
Maharaj says ik, I had to add ik because you've gone through the dosh and now you're using the previous definitions that I have given you for the other mantras to see if there's a fault within adding the one. Maharaj says there is no fault here. I had to add this because if you talk about bliss, there are different kinds of bliss. You know, just we're talking about people gaining bliss from doing meditation, Yoganand. You get the yogis, the tapasvis, they get bliss through meditation. Through meditation, they gain an essence of bliss so profound, so complete within them that they focus totally on this and they don't want to be separated from that form. Maharaj said I had to add ik because ik is the form of God. It is the one form. And the difference you have is that people gain this bliss through doing Yoganam, through doing meditation. But it's not constant. With God, God is one and it's a constant bliss. It is a constant. And then the other one Maharaj said is people gain bliss through sexual appetite, through sexual relations. Through having sexual intercourse with another person or sexual activity with another person, people gain a state of bliss. Maharaj said, I didn't want this mantra to be about either of those things. I didn't want it to be about the yogis and the bliss that they gain. And I didn't want it to be about those glistis, those people who are involved in fornication. I did not want that to happen. So for that reason I added one. Because the term one is for Vaheguru alone. You know, those people who engage in bliss in any other way, they're doing it through themselves and another. Even those people who are doing bhakti gain that bliss through meditating, through learning a mantra from another. So Maharaj said for that reason the one was added right at the start. So the sadhus now are getting to that point where they're trying to pick any faults that they can. And they say, okay, that's fine. So we've gone through your mantra so far. But like I said, we understand you leaving it ik. Why not just use the term ik? That is it. For your whole mantra, just ik. Why not just leave it there? And why did you have to go on any further? What was the reason for going any further? There was no reason. You could have gone ik. And it's a profound knowledge that people would understand that actually this person is talking about Nirgun Brahm, he's talking about God. But Maharaj said I couldn't leave it ik, and for that reason I had to go on further.
Oankar.
Maharaj said I had to add Oankar. Ik Oankar. If I left the definition just to ik, then people go, this mantra is about Maya. There is only one Maya. There is only one form of illusion. There's only one creative force. So Maharaj said I had to write Oankar. Because even what Oankar means, the definition of Oankar is that God is the one who illuminates. He is the illuminator of all. Maharaj said for that reason I had to add it, because Maya is not the illuminator of all. She's the illuminator of creation, but she cannot illuminate God. She cannot illuminate Brahm. Brahm, the other way, can illuminate everything, including Maya. He's the one that gives Maya the creative force to do what is needed. So Maharaj said for this reason I had to do that. I had to add Oankar. Because if I didn't add Oankar, then people go, actually, just by reciting the term ik, the person could be worshipping Maya. So Maharaj said I had to add ik Oankar. So again, the sadhus again have said, okay, ik Oankar, that was enough of a mantra. You did not need to go further with that. Why did you decide to go further? Because ik Oankar is enough as a bij mantra for a person to meditate in the same way that they do on the mantras of Ram, Vaheguru, Sohang. They could have done that on ik Oankar. So why did you have to go further and add anything else? So Maharaj said I had to go further and add the next term, which is
Sat.
Maharaj said I had to add the term Sat. And the reason for that is Maharaj says that ik Oankar, if I left it where it was, then people would say, you know, that Maya itself illuminates, and it is an illumination. Even though we've talked about it being Parde Prakash, even though getting an illumination from God, it is one, and it illuminates. But the difference between Maya is it's not Sat. It's not Traikalabad Sarup. Traikalabad Sarup is within the 3 time frames, it stays constant. And it always will be constant. So ik Oankar Sat. So Sat had to be added in order to show that the definition was not about Maya in any way. And it was just about Brahm. So Maharaj in this way have gone through the Vyapti definition. They've started off at the definition for Nam, to explain why Nam is there. And then they've ended up going all the way back through to explain up to Parsad, and then had to explain the definitions for Ik and Oankar and Sat again. And at that point, because the whole of the Mahamantra has been explained, there were no further questions, and the Siddhs accepted that actually there were no faults within this mantra, there were no faults within this definition. And the mantra itself was complete in every way. And so that is the definitions of the Athabhyapti Dosh. I know a lot of it is hard going, and I have spoken quite quick in some of these videos. But it's essential to cover these. Other than Sant Gyani Gurbani Singh Ji, Sant Amir Singh Ji, Sato Gariwale, nobody seems to cover the Athabhyapti Dosh, and it's essential that you go through them so the distinctions are made. Because where we have the common day RSS trying to push their agenda through the Mool Mantra, these Athabhyapti Doshas destroy their values and views on this being the mantra to depict the deities or Maya or the Devi. So we're going to close up today. That is the completion of the 4th mantra. We're going to go through the Mool Mantra, and then we're going to do the Mangals. And the next time we'll start the 5th definitions. So Kamalpreet Singh.
Ik Oankar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpau Nirvair Akal Murat Ajuni Saipang Gur Parsad Jap Ad Sach Jugad Sach है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे दयाल लाल प्राणनाथ अनाथ सके दीन दर्द निवार हे समरथ अगम पूरन मोहे में आतार अंधकूप महापयान नानक पारे उतार आए प्रभु शरणागति कृपा निध दयाल एक अखर हर मन वस्त नानक हो तनहाल वाहिगुरु नाम जहाँ जहाँ ठरे सो तरे पार जो श्रद्धा कर सेव दे गुरु पारे उतार नहार जो श्रद्धा कर सेव दे गुरु पारे उतार नहार वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।